Hey everybody, how's it going? This is Super EAS Fan 24 back again. It's been a minute since I've had a video of me talking to you guys. I've just been a busy guy with work and whatnot. Um, when you're in the real world, stuff just happens. So it is what it is. But anyways, thought I'd give you guys a video of my weather radio collection. Haven't done one of these I think since 2017, so figured I'd show you pretty much every one that I have. You guys have most likely have seen all of these, but there are some that I had just actually had added to my collection. So we're going to talk about all those. We're going to start with the ones on the bed here. Now all these on the bed are more so they either don't work or I don't have any space for them, and they do work. But so right here, this is a random Emerson radio that I have. You guys have never seen it before. The weather function does not work, but the AM/FM functions do. Technically qualifies as a weather radio, so I just figured I'd have this here. Right here is a Midland 74-250 yellow handheld. I don't know how rare this one is, but this one's broken. I mean, that's battery acid you see in there. I had accidentally put the wrong kind of batteries in here when I tried to put rechargeables, and whoops. Major fails in the video here, guys. Yeah, so this thing the battery just exploded and the acid just kind of went inside the internals and fried it. So it's basically that. I mean, tried to get it going, barely used it, but I mean, like I said, it just fried. Right here, whoops, geez, I'm not in a good state of mind today. This is the Radio Shack 12093. This is pretty much the exact same model as I believe it's the 12260. Only difference that this is gray and the other one is like silver. This one works perfectly fine. I just don't have any use for it ever because there's no function, voice function. It can't go off and then play the broadcast. It just continuously goes off until you press a button. As far as I know, I mean, unless there's a way to change that, let me know. But this thing works perfectly fine. I just don't have any use for it right now. Here's the Eton Zone Guard. Now, did I leave batteries in here? I was testing some of these to make sure they worked. Yes, there are batteries in here still. Those are still good. But yeah, this one still works perfectly fine. Again, I just don't have any real room for it. I might be able to mount it on the wall somewhere, but for now it's just going to be here. I actually have another Eton radio that I almost forgot about. I keep all my radios in a box under my bed. This is the Eton SolarLink. Is it FR370, I think? Yep, FR370. Again, this one I believe still works. I just don't have any batteries for it right now. I think it takes AAA, and I just don't have them right now. This one I would imagine would be a good one because it has the solar panels. This is a very good radio. It's got AM/FM. It's got all the good stuff in it. I might power this back on and use it as a portable model, which is what it's technically used for regardless. So, but yeah, I might put this back into service. I don't know. We'll see. But it's a good radio. Some of these I haven't really used a ton, but it is what it is. Here's the Capello. I believe it's the CR2W7, I think. Or no, CR2W. This one, again, works perfectly fine. I just don't have any room for it. It's pretty much like a WR300, with a different alarm tone, or alert tone, rather. This is a nice radio. It gets very good reception. I just need to find somewhere to put it. I might hang it on the wall. I don't know. We'll see. I'm contemplating putting some of these back into service. This is the Radio Shack 12382. This one, I think the tuner is going out on it slightly. But I don't know, it's like kind of on the verge of dying, so I mean, but it still works to an extent. I think the past couple times it didn't go off for alerts, which is a shame because it's a very good radio. This is a Midland WR11. This one also works. I like the alarm tone. I like how it's like an old school looking radio. I don't know how rare this one is. I would imagine it's more rare now. I like the dial here. I like how it's like kind of old school with your tuner, volume. I don't know. I just like how it looks and the design of it. So again, some of these I might put back into service. We'll see. I just don't have like really the room for it because I did some organizing because I have a new gaming setup. So I used to put them on my desk, but of course then there's really no room for that stuff there now. So where are we at? Right here. So this is a Sangean CL100. This one I had up into service till about like maybe last year. This one works perfectly fine still, gets excellent reception. I just don't have any room for this, and that's you're gonna get tired of me saying that, but it is what it is. I'm just tired of it. Not tired of it, but I'm just like I just don't have room for it. Right here's the Radio Shack 12991, I believe. Let me just make sure. Yes, 12991. Good radio, still works. I lost the AC adapter for it, so I don't know where that is, and I, again, don't have really any room for it. Right here, next few radios are going to be inoperable. This is the Radio Shack, the Recom R1630. The tuner went out on this one, so this is unfortunately dead. This one I had gotten well way back in 2011 when I had first started my channel. This thing served me well for years, but got a replacement of sorts for it, which we'll talk about in a minute. Recoms are excellent radios. Pretty much everybody in the ES community has a Recom of some sort. If you need a radio, get one. They're awesome. Right here is the Midland WR120B. This one is burned up. The internals burned up because of battery acid. Panel fell off. So that one's dead. I have a WR120EZ, which is still fully operational. The panel fell off it again, but I keep it in my garage, in our garage, so that, you know, if I'm ever outside, you know, doing stuff, I can hear it go off. So, and right here, we have pretty much three of a kind. It's the Radio Shack 12521. Again, it's a very classic radio. Many people have this. This one is operational, however, the screen is all messed up. You guys have seen it in alerts that I've recorded within the past 2 years, maybe. The screen on here, just like the pixels are all screwed up on it. So this thing doesn't work anymore. I have two Radio Shack 12262s. This one I got last year in trying to replace this one because I think the tuner is starting to go out on this one. But I had recently started, I put batteries in it recently and tried playing it. This one I think is still okay. I'm gonna have to see, but we'll figure out. I hope I can, because this radio was my very, very first weather radio I ever purchased with my own money. So I've had this radio for years. It's been shown all over the place on my channel. This is probably my favorite, debatably my favorite weather radio. That's why I got this replacement. This one is kind of screwed up though. Like the backlight never shuts off, which is odd. And I had it and did not go off for a couple of alerts when I had it in service for like maybe a couple weeks last year. I got this off eBay for 20 bucks. This one I originally purchased from Radio Shack, of course. So I don't know. This one, we'll see. This one I also purchased last year. This is an RCA. I don't think anyone has this one. This is an RCA. What is it? RCWR7. This thing does not have any alert tones or any kind. This thing works fine. I mean, it's not like It's not really a good radio. I mean, it gets good reception. Like if you just want a weather radio just to play something, just to play the weather radio sound or the weather radio stations and some AM FM, yeah, I mean, get it. You can get it, but it's $30. You can buy it pretty much anywhere. I wouldn't recommend it. I mean, it doesn't have really anything special about it. It kind of deviates it from the rest. But if you want it, you can get it, I suppose. This is a realistic, I believe it's the 12140, I believe, yes. This one, the siren is kind of screwed up on it. It will continuously go off. Like it does not stop. The tuner is still fine in here. These tuners I don't think ever die. Like this thing is just a beast. But the siren is all kind of screwed up on it. But it's okay. We'll maybe I'll get this working again. I don't know. This is a very rare well, I don't think it's a rare one. You can still find it on eBay, but it's very vintage. So pretty good model. Right here is a Midland WR10. This one I don't believe is operational. I just tried putting batteries in it and it just does not work. I don't know where the DC jack is either, so this one I'm just going to declare as dead. If you like screenless weather radios, here you go. I mean, it sounds pretty much just like the HH50, which I do have. I mean, I do have an HH50. I keep it in my car, in case, alerts come in. Right here is my first WR300 version 5. This one, the tuner has gone out on me, and this thing is just dead. So, but yeah, that's basically it there. This is a Radio Shack 12240. This one I took out of service. It does work, but this thing gets, I don't know if there's something with the antenna or if there's an issue with like the tuner, but like this thing does not get any good reception at all. Anywhere I put it, whether I hang it on the wall, whatever the case, this thing does not get good reception at all. This thing is just, I mean, I did get it off eBay for like $7. So, I mean, it is what it is. Right here is the Midland 74-200. Now, this I thought I had resurrected because I had pushed a battery in here and it worked. But then one day it just died. Like it was like the speaker and tuner sounded absolutely horrible. Again, it could be because the battery died, maybe. I don't know, but I mean, this thing just like did not sound good at all. So for now, it's going to be dead until proven otherwise. Right here, I got a couple of WR100s. This one is operational. This one is not. I believe this is. I don't know if this is a version 5 still or a version 4 because it has like the different like text on the top, like the different fonts compared to this one. But this one I bought in like many years ago, probably in 2013. Tuner died. This one still works. I just don't have any space for it right now, so it's gonna sit. Just gonna sit idle here for now. This one, like I said, still works perfectly fine. So that's it for the ones that are like inoperable. Now I'll show you the ones that I do have on my roster here. Go over here. This is the Radio Shack 12996. As you all know, it's the only touchscreen radio that exists. I have it tuned to channel 6 when it's not in use because I don't have any. There's no way to turn off the alert function.
Travel could be very difficult.
Whoops. I use this stylus that came with one of my like Chromebooks.
Friday afternoon. If you must travel, keep an extra flashlight, food, and water in your vehicle.
Yeah, we got winter storm warnings in effect here, but I didn't record them because they went off during blackout hours, so it's a shame. Got a winter storm watch yesterday, but I was at work, so I couldn't record it. This thing is an excellent model. Basically, this replaced. I also had a 12519. Of course, that one died. I don't know where it went now, but that's basically replaced it. I use it mainly as like my alarm clock, or just to see the time. Works really nicely. Still, this thing is a beast. So yeah, definitely, if you could buy one of these, I would recommend it. This thing works very well. Right here, this I actually got last week. This is it was a brand new in box, WR300 version 5. Basically, I wanted to replace that one that I had for years. Because I love the WR300s. Those are excellent radios. Did go off for that winter storm watch.
Day, cloudy with a 50% chance of snow showers. Showers in the evening.
Yeah, so this model is excellent. I love this radio. And I will show you a miraculous comeback for another one over there. We'll get to that in a second. Right, here's the AlertWorks EAR10. Now, this is, of course, the standard black one that everybody's got.
Additional snow accumulation of 4 to 6 inches.
When I powered this back on, I thought the tuner went out, but I realized that after a while, I'm like, okay, this is basically how it already sounds all the time, so.
Cloudy. Snow showers likely in...
Yeah, this is a nice radio. This is the only one I have I believe this is the only one that I have on the roster right now that goes off with the first header, so figured I'd put it back into use just to, because that'll be useful. Right over here, I'm going to show you some handhelds. This is a Oregon Scientific WR107, or 108, sorry. This one I had originally purchased with this little mini weather station. Like, it comes with a little thing. I thought it was cool, so I decided to buy it. This one only goes off on like the third header. It just turns on the broadcast. It doesn't like do anything. But this thing still works, so I decided to, hold on to it.
Low is 5 below in the morning. Sunday night, partly cloudy in the evening, then becoming mostly cloudy. Lows 10 to 15. Wind chill values as low as...
So this thing is a cool radio. If I need a backup handheld, this is it. Right here, this is one of two Midland HH54 VP2s. One of them, this one I thought I lost. This is the original one with the old school button beeps. I have the newer one that you've seen in most of my videos as of late, but I don't know where that went. I lost it, and we had just found, I had found this one miraculously. As the standard speed alert tone, and with the old school button beeps that you can't disable.
At 9 a.m., weather reports for selected cities at Lorain County Regional.
So, by the way, if you're curious, all of my radios are on WNG 698 in Grafton, because I used to be able to get my regular Channel 7 in Cleveland, but I don't know how. It doesn't get good reception anywhere in this house that I've lived in for years. So, with my parents, so might get a new place at some point. You never know. But yeah, all my radios are on Channel 5 because that just gets the best reception here. Right here is basically the weather cube, and it's more specifically, let me see the note on this. Radio Shack 12-500. But more affectionately known as the weather cube. I just kind of have it here. I mean, it doesn't take up much space, and it's just kind of cool.
Skies, Cincinnati reported 22.
Right here, and I just figured this out the other day. This is the Radio Shack 12993. This radio actually is extremely rare. I did not know that until recently. This thing is extremely rare now.
Chicago. A winter weather message for the following counties in Ohio: Cuyahoga, Erie, Huron.
Yeah, so that's cool though. These are my three handhelds that I have. Mainly I use these two. It's nice to have a Radio Shack one and a Midland one that work. Here, this is the Midland WR400. This is I think the very first version. of it. I think there's different versions of it now, but
From 11 p.m. this evening to 4 a.m. Eastern Standard Time Saturday. Impacts. Travel could be very...
so this one is very good. This is one of my favorites, actually. I like the alert tone. I like the fact that it has a USB port. I just like the design of it. How it kind of looks like the old school 300s. I think it's cool.
Calling from can be obtained by calling 511.
And the tuner is just excellent on this one. Here's the foreshadowing from earlier from about my Recom R1630. This is the Recom R1650. This one I had purchased last year. This thing is awesome.
Supply the latest available information for North Central Ohio.
This thing works very well. I like it because it has the AM FM. I always wanted one of these regardless, and I was able to obtain one. I actually got this brand new in box for probably $25, I think, which was a steal in my opinion. Kind of salty because I missed a lot of flood warning or flood statements on here that went off because I was at a training for my work, so that sucked. I was really upset about that because those are extremely rare for anybody, and I got like multiple ones of those. So I've never got the chance to hear the advisory tone on a Recom in person, so that sucks. But I mean, it's all right. This is awesome, though. This is an excellent radio. See if you can still see them on here. No, you can't. That was from too far back. Got a winter storm warning. Got a high wind warning that I had missed. There's your winter storm watch. This was from yesterday. About 2:30. So yeah, we go over here. This is the newest radio to my collection. I don't know what the frickin' brand of it is. It's the MG Kit MD319.
Saturday, partly sunny in the morning, then becoming mostly cloudy.
Thought it was an interesting looking radio, so I decided to buy it off Amazon. You can get it off Amazon for like $30. For me personally, it doesn't get good reception at all, so that's why the antenna is kind of in a funky position. This thing, the speaker is not that good on this. Personally, I wouldn't recommend it, but mainly I bought it because the alarm tone sounded cool. Plus, I could just buy shit whenever I want, so it's fine. That's the advisory tone. Interesting. It's the watch tone, I think. That's interesting that it plays that. It doesn't play that with a warning tone. Maybe because it went off for a watch. I don't know. That's odd that it played that. Anyway, so my last couple ones here. This is another extremely rare model. I mean, literally, this is the Uniden Bearcat WX100. This one, I've been literally seeing this on eBay for like $200. This thing is extremely expensive right now. Extremely rare to find.
At Youngstown, under cloudy skies.
This thing is a freaking beast, though. Like, the tuner on this is a beast. Because I've had this since 2014. I mean, this thing is insane. Like, this radio is like probably one of the most durable models I've ever seen in my life. Uniden is an excellent brand. When they make radios and scanners, they make shit right.
It was cloudy with a temperature.
Yeah, so there's that.
What?
And finally here, so Midland WR301. So this is an interesting story behind it. This one had died. The tuner went out, like the speaker went out, like everything just went out on it. But I came up with the idea to. I bought a used WR300, and I took the internals out and swapped the shell of that with this. This thing works excellent.
Until Lake Effect Snow Friday afternoon. If you must travel, keep it. Food.
So because they're basically, the internals are the same. It's almost like kind of taking the engine out of a car and just kind of like, you know, replacing it with something else. I mean, to me, it's the same thing. I don't think it makes any difference. This radio is extremely rare to find original, so I mean, I got to keep this thing going. This thing is amazing looking. I love this thing.
NG698 from Grafton on a frequency of 162.500 megahertz.
But yeah, I mean, I just had to do it. I'm just gonna keep it going to the end of time. Like, this thing is amazing. And that's pretty much it. Trying to think if there's anyone I missed. I do have a 12259 silver handheld Radio Shack model, but that one I believe is also dead. Trying to think if there's any other ones that I've had over the years. Oh, I do have a 12522. Again, I don't know where it is. I know that one is also dead. So yeah, that's basically it. In terms of if I ever get any new ones, if I do, they might be replacements for some of these, or of course the highly touted black and silver WR100. If anyone knows where to find one, let me know. I really want to add that to my collection. I don't care how much it costs. Might get a Uniden scanner. I don't know, like a digital police scanner. Like a good one, you know. I also thought about getting the Raycom R500, but I mean, that thing's just too expensive. I mean, personally, I really enjoy this 12 or 16, this Radio Shack 1650 a lot more. But, yeah, if I see a rare weather radio that I know is very highly touted in the ES community, I might buy it. You never know. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. And expect more videos to come in the future. And yeah, so that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you guys later. Have a good one.